Are you back again? Goodness me. Have you got no kids to attend to? Have you got no Christmas presents to go and buy and wrap? Can't you stop thinking about, oh, what am I going to get Aunt Sally for Christmas? What am I going to get Uncle Bertie? What am I going to get Tony, Timmy, Samantha, Sarah and Gertrude? Oh, it's all a bit of a worry, you know. Well, you don't know what they want these days, do you? No. Maybe I tell you what, maybe they just want a bit of love. Maybe they just want a bit of your fucking time. Maybe they just want you to show a bit of interest in them. Help them with their homework or teach them how to tie their fucking shoelaces. That's probably what they want, to be honest, people. They don't want all this fucking, these devil's trinkets wrapped up in this farcical fucking paper. They don't need that. You're killing their spirit. Anyway, that's another subject. The subject today is diet. Now, it's the 1st of December. So in November, I stopped eating chocolate. And I measured what my body's reaction was, what my energy levels were. And if there's one thing I'm going to abolish when I am Lord and Master of the Cosmos, it's fucking leaf blowers. And those muppets that drive them. Oh my God. A muggle with a leaf blower. That's the devil himself. It's the devil himself, people. Anyway, got to go far away from him. So, yeah, those of you that have been following my diets, well, you know that I did keto and someone got great results and trimmed right down to 83 kilos and now I'm back up to 91 because I've just ate everything I wanted to. But like I said in other videos, I don't just get big fat belly. I put on a natural looking weight all over. But what that does, it loses the muscle definition because you've got just a little thin film, I suppose, of fat over all of your muscles. And so if you want to really trim down and look ripped, then you've got to get rid of the body fat, right? So I'm on that quest again. But you see, if we don't want to hate dieting, then we've got to do it clever. And so, when I was dieting, towards the end, after about 3 months, because I was on keto, then I was on kind of like just meat and wholesome veg, started to crave bread and butter and cheese and baked beans on toast and pizza and all these things. And then when I started eating them, I thought, fuck it, in for a penny, in for a pound. And I'd go to the shop and buy, big bars of chocolate, 1,500 calories, and all this sort of stuff. So, but what I noticed when I was doing all that, overindulging, overeating, not necessarily bad stuff, but bread and chocolate, sugar, those sorts of things, well, they make the body tired. And so I mentioned to you guys that I'm feeling tired. Oh my God, I'm feeling tired and got no energy. And the body's taking longer to recuperate because I was eating too many poisons. Sugar, a whole bunch of sugar and gluten, you name it, all this sort of stuff. Gluten's so bad for so many people. I've never really had any adverse effects from it, other than probably, I get bloated, I get lethargic and tired, and so I thought, well, I've got to see what the truth is in these things. And so I think, well, okay, I'll go back on them all again and see how I feel. I felt fantastic whilst I was on the keto diet, trim and fit and full of energy and electric and a flat stomach. Great, really good. When you got a fucking proper flat stomach, you're very healthy and you feel great. And so that was how I was then. And then when I was eating all of the stuff that we shouldn't be eating, then I wasn't feeling so good, and started to feel heavier. Of course, well, I weighed a stone heavier. That's quite something. And so then you're feeling more lethargic, and you know your stomach isn't trim and tight, and because you're eating too much, your stomach's never empty, you see, and so you don't get the time, your body doesn't get the time to rest. It's always breaking down food, it's dealing with an excess of food, and so that's the problem. That's what makes you tired, because the metabolism's always kicking in, whereby you should only eat really 2 meals a day. So I cut out chocolate, and all those puddings I was eating, I would eat 3 or 4 of these fucking cream puddings a night. Now, it's the 1st of December, and I'm cutting out bread. So, no sugar, no sweets, other than what's in sauces, you know. I'm still eating those at this moment in time. But at the end of December, January the 1st, then I'll go back onto keto, when it'll just be meat, eggs, some cheese, and that's basically about it. So I think it's a good thing to eat all the things that you want to eat, to get it out of your system, and then be ready to diet. Because if you just think, like, oh, I love all these cakes and I love all these pizzas, and if you're in a routine of doing all that stuff and then you just stop, wow, that's hard, because you're cold turkey, aren't you? So you can't do that. The best thing is to do is just to start eliminating certain things from your diet, and then when you eliminate certain things, you can discern how your body feels without those foods. And so when I was eating these big bars of chocolate, after about 20 minutes of eating one of these, I'd be like, oh, fucking hell, and I'd go and lie down for half an hour or 40 minutes. Got to go and put the headset on and, you know, have a little nap. And that was happening almost every time. And I'm like, it's the fucking sugar that fucks you up. It's poison. It's literally poison. And so stop that, and I feel better. Now I'm stopping eating the bread. Because I'm stopping eating the bread, I'm also stopping eating an enormous amount of butter, because I just lay butter on like it's fucking cheese on bread, and of course there's a lot of calories. But the butter on a keto diet isn't a problem. You can have plenty of butter, but you don't have any bread to put it on. So you can have it, you can fry your bacon in and that sort of thing. But so I won't be eating the butter, and I won't be eating the cheese, because you put cheese on bread. And so the bread, the cheese and the butter, they are going to be eliminated, and I'm going to see at the end of the month how I feel, how the body is, how much I've lost. I'm not cutting back on I'm not actually dieting. I'm not going to be not eating some stuff when I want to eat some stuff. When I want to eat some stuff, I'm just going to fucking eat stuff. But what I'm going to be eating, people, instead of eating you know, sugary things and you know, fatty things in the evening time before I go to bed, I'll always eat about 10, 11 o'clock PM. So I'm always going to bed on a reasonably full stomach. And that's not an issue with me. I can't sleep if I don't, you know, have something in my stomach. But what I swap it for is a tin of soup. A tin of soup, or even a tin of sausage and beans. You know, these things, they've all got the similar amount of calories in. It's kind of like they are 200 calories in a can. And even if you eat something and it's like 300 calories, 400 calories, it's still not a big deal if it's fucking vegetables, you know, it's soup and vegetables. But, you know, one of these tins, generally, it's about 200 calories. Am I right on that, 200 calories? Yeah, I think I'm right on that. And so, you don't feel bloated, you've not ate all that stodgy gluten shit. And if you buy certain selected soups, then the sugar is minimal. So you look at the ingredient, and you know, anything more than like 4 grams, then you don't want it. You don't want more than 4 grams of fucking sugar. So that's what's happening, people. So just to summarise, you don't per se have to diet. You just change the things you eat. That's the thing, you see. If you're going to be eating healthy, you don't have to consider your dieting. You just cut out the shit, and progressively you cut more and more of the shit out, till in the end you're not eating any sugar. You're getting all of your nutrients and energy from your meats and your vegetables. So of course, when you're eating meat, there is sugar in it. There's sugar in the blood, you know, of animals, and so there is sugar in meat, but nothing like the amount. And there's sugar in vegetables, of course, but they are natural sugars, and you know, all sugar is natural, whether it's fructose or glucose or sucrose. But apparently the fructose isn't a good sugar. Our body transmutes all sugars into glucose, because glucose is the energy that it burns. And so, well, you get glucose in blood. So take it from that, and then take the carbohydrate and small amounts of sugar from wholesome vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage, and those sort of things that are not too sweet. So people, all you have to do is just change what you're eating and eliminate, 1 or 2 things, and observe how your body looks and feels and how your mind is, all these things, and then write it down, keep a diary, something like that, so you've got something to reflect upon. And I don't calorie count. I don't think it's necessary, because we all burn energy in a different way, and if you ate the same amount of calories that I did, it probably wouldn't touch you, or you probably put on a couple of pounds each week, something like that. So calorie counting is bullshit. You just moderate how much you're eating, and don't eat unless you're hungry, and when you are hungry you eat wholesome foods. Hey fucking presto, you've got a healthy human being in a few months. So people, watch this space, and I'll talk to you more about it. No point in mentioning it now until the 1st of January. I'll let you know if I've lost any weight, if I feel any lighter, stronger, more energized, and all different sorts of stuff like that.